We've also been following developing news out of Longmeadow, where a postal worker was killed yesterday after a truck that failed to stop for police collided with the postal vehicle. The truck driver also killed in that crash. The accident happened on the border of Enfield and Longmeadow. And Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane is in studio now with more on the legacy the postal worker leaves behind. Lindsay?
Chris, we spoke with people today who tell us that David Nason was loved and admired by his co-workers. His neighbor tells us that cars have been coming by all morning, dropping things off at the house.
My wife said, looking on Facebook, she's like, what's Dan's? My God, I think Dan was the one. I'm like, oh my God, no. So we started looking it up and we're like, oh my God.
Kevin Stewart has been neighbors with Dan Nason for 16 years. He tells Western Mass News he heard about the accident while he was working at Brooks Brothers in Enfield and came home to find out the victim was not only his neighbor, but a friend.
It was hard. He was a great guy, great neighbor.
Stewart says Nason was a hard-working man and loved his family. He said he would see him come home with his wife Tina on Sundays after getting back from weekend trips. He says the news is a shock.
I kept looking all throughout the night if someone came home or what was going on, but I've seen cars come by dropping things off this morning, and it's rough. I can only imagine the kids and Tina, great people.
Post office officials tell us Nason was filling in on a route that wasn't his normal route when the accident happened. An employee at the Pride gas station across the street from the scene didn't want to go on camera, but tells Western Mass News everyone was trying to help.
It was unbelievable to witness something like that and have that happen. It's very tragic. It's hard because your adrenaline is going, so I wanted to help.
As for Stewart, he says he is still coping with the loss of his friend.
It's going to be a lot of looking over. We have a fence over there, and he and his wife, he had a big forsythia over there. He took it all down, and he planted shrubs. He's like, now you got to watch us. We were saying this summer. I'm like, now I'm going to look over and see emptiness over there. And
we reach out to the police department and the district attorney's office for more information on the investigation. We're still waiting to hear back. In studio, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.